Welcome everybody. Sorry about that slight delay. There was a bit of an emergency comm situation, but we are online and we are here in a very, very wet Austria Red Bull Ring for Tier 3 tonight. I believe it is a sprint round. Not only got a feature race at Austria, we've got a sprint round as well. Why not? As we've currently got Cooper the Bot at the top with a 1:13.7, followed by Maxi Boy, Walkjet, Little Flavs, Lime Soda, up the Red Bull Boys, Unique Birdie, Mad Dog, Defeated Damo, Easy Reaper, Panic, and Almighty Gob set the time so far. Unfortunately, guys, Break not able to give you comms tonight. So, don't have all the bells and whistles that he does, I'm afraid. But we've got a stream, that's the main thing. And it will be yours truly, Goffy, bringing you the action tonight. So let's just bring up everything we need. Alright, who's on a lap? Let's go to Jetman. No, he won't. How about Tiny Scotto goes into P10 with a 1:15.3. Also, we got Unique's invalidated. Roshan is invalidated. G'day, Roshan. Not a name you see too often in Wallaby. Welcome, sir. Walkjet's not on a lap. Maxi Boy. Go with Maxi Boy as he drifts around that one. He loves the purple sector. He's looking pretty good. Also on the inters in this wet weather. I don't know if that's going to be the same for the race or not. We'll soon find out. We've got 5 minutes left in the session. And he goes to P2 with a 1:13.3, and Cooper goes even faster with a 13.1. Panic in P3 with a 13.9, so 6/10 between second and third. I'm sure we'll see that tighten up as the minutes go by. Walkjet also up there with a 14.3, so it's looking pretty good for the green machine. P1 and P4. Paddock, not a name you see up the top, but pointy end too often, so great lap from him. What is the championship situation at the moment? So Cooper the Bot, Wingy's Woo goes faster now with a 12.6, so the track is drying out a little bit. Still fairly significant rain, but the track is getting faster. So as I was saying, we got Cooper the Bot is our championship leader currently with 231 points. It's a fairly big gap back to Birdie now in P2 in the championship with 165 points. What's that? Quick maths. 66 points. I'm pretty sure that is. 66 point gap between first and second. Go on a lap with Evil Blade. Currently P7 with a 13.9. Stephen Anderson with a 12.5. Who is Stephen Anderson? Must be Pinju. I'm gonna go with Pinju. It's probably Pinju. Evil Blade. I don't think he improved there, did he? Lime Soda goes to the top with a 12.2 now. The track is ramping up in this wet weather. Lady a 10th up through the first sector. So even though there's quite a large gap between first and second in the championship, it is so tight after that. We've got Birdie on 165. Hennessy is next on 162. Scotty in P4 on 161. And Maxi Boy P5 with 161 also. So there's 4 points between second place and fifth place in the championship. Let's go Stephen N. Who the hell is Stephen N? Let's go bloody Pinju with his random names. What can Bladey do? Can he beat a 13.9? Yes, he can. Goes with a 13.7, but he's still there in P13 though. Unique Throne needs a nose job. He drives off into the kitty litter. Not ideal. Easy Reaper. He's under the wet tyres. That's interesting. The only one on the wets. Watching, you'll see what kind of pace he's got on those wet tyres, whether... You're not going to go faster than him to lap though. So maybe, is it too wet for winter? Are they into? Everyone else is on inters. So, Easy Reaper doing something different as he drifts around the final corner. As Pinju sets a 12.1. Got the provisional pole into the final minute of quali. Scotty's on Maxi Boy. Four tenths up. Probably not going to threaten the pole, but could... Can he crack the top 5? Here he comes around the final corner. Can he threaten the front row? Goes with a 12.4 to go to P3. Where is Wingy Woo? Not long started his lap. Got 5 seconds left, so this is it. This is the lap that will count. Volley is over. Unique Throne finishes in P18. Tiny Scotto in 15. Damo's had enough. Can Wingy Woo threaten Pinju with a 12.1 as make that an 11.9. Goes even faster. Can Wingy Woo do it? What has he got? 11.8. He goes to the pole. What a lap from Wingy Woo. Lime Soda, where is he? Not far away. You've got 2 corners left. What can Lime Soda do? Oh, he's invalidated. He's stuffed up that final corner, unfortunately. Maxi Boy can't improve with it. Cooper the Bot goes to P4. Little Flab's on a lap. Yes, he is. Right behind the Haas. Can he improve? Can he get into the top 10? Yes, he can. I'm not exactly sure where he went. P3 for Little Flabs. Brilliant lap. What a session. There we go. Wingy Woo on pole with 11.8. Stephen Anderson / Pinju in P2 on the front row. Little Flabs, Lime Soda, Red Bull, second row, lockout. Love to see it, boys. Cooper the Bot in P5. OCE Birdie P6. I've stolen his mic tonight to comms, so if he gets on the podium, that's going to be interesting. Maxi Boy, Jetman, Roshan, Broadstar, Mad Dog, Scotty, Damo, Wogjet, Panic, Evil Blade, Tiny Scotto, Gob, Easy Reaper, and Unique Throne will anchor our grid for the sprint race. Wow, would you look at that. Blue skies. Not a raindrop in sight. Christ, Ice Gaming, I hate this game. You're not a great night for you, mate, unfortunately. What about on that final corner at Singapore? Did you legit crash, or was that what those people do, is just crash into the wall on purpose? Or is that a legit spin? I wouldn't know because I was down the back the whole time at Singapore. Not a great night for me, but here we go for the sprint race in Austria for Tier 3. And we're away. It's a good start from Wingy Woo. Hindu up the inside. I don't think he's going to be far enough. He backs out. Wingy Woo leads us around the first corner. We've got spots changing down the back. Birdie up to P5. Lime Soda's dropped to P6. Hindu takes the lead. Wingy Woo has not been able to hold that lead for the full lap. Hindu takes the lead. Little Flaps up to P3. Cooper the Bot, P4. Birdie, Roshan, Broadster in 7th. Lime Soda in 8th. Maxi Boy and Mad Dog is your top 10. We've had a pretty clean start by the looks of it. Can we get through a full lap? As we got, just as I say, we got yellows in the back. Pretty clean up front so far as Pinju, Wingy Woo, Little Flabs leads us through Sector 2. Pinju will lead us across the line for the first lap of 12 in this sprint race. Pretty clean. Everyone is single file all the way through. It's a pretty good start by the T3 boys. Got a Haas diving up the inside. There's Birdie. It's up to P4. He's got the move done. A couple of cars went wide there as Roshan and Rochester are dropping down the order. Wingy Woo and Pinju start to get a little bit of a gap. The Little Flats is still with them. We've got a bit of a battle going on between Roshan and Lime Soda. They're side by side. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. But they live to see another day. Fortunately, the Lime Soda dropped down to P8 from the second row start. Possible race strategies. Well, we're not going to have having any pit stops here, game. What are you talking about? Wingy Woo sets the fastest lap of the 106. Broadster and Mad Dog go side by side. Broadster getting the move done. We've got moves happening all over the joint here. We've probably gone 3 wide. This could end in disaster. Oh, they get through cleanly. Bit of tyre rubbing, but we get through. Scotty moves up to P9. There's a Haas jumping all over the joint there, Jetman. That's not going to be fun for poor Broadster behind him. There's a little bit of contact there. Yeah, Jetman, your connection is not good, my friend. Set up here as Pinju's lost the lead. He's on the right on back of Little Flabs. We sure do. Kamikaze, his old man Wallaby here tonight with the Tier 3 action. Watching as Pinju, as defeated Damo gets a 3-second penalty. So does the almighty Gob. Not sure, I think they got that together as Maxi Boy makes a move on Slime Soda. As we head up into turn 3, we've got a kick Sauber. Lost a kick Sauber down the back. Well, Tony Scotto has done a proper. OCE Birdies move up to P3. We've got Flabs and Wingy Woo going side by side for the lead. And Wingy Woo will keep that little bit of contact between Flabs and Birdie there. Birdie's going for the move. He nearly went in the kitty litter. He's going to have to back off. He's still there. down, young one. He's got Pinju down his inside now as he loses that position. Pinju back up into P3. Not sure if my voice is going to last this whole night, but we'll see how we go. Jumped in as an emergency comms as unfortunately Brake couldn't be here. We didn't have anyone else. We've got a stream, that's the main thing. Little Flabs now takes the lead of the race. We have a Red Bull leading the Austria sprint. One would say that's bloody good because Red Bull need these points. They need as much points as we can possibly get. I shouldn't say we, should I? I'm the commentator. Got to be neutral. It's hard to be neutral though when you see a Red Bull at the front. Although he's got Wingy Woo chasing him down, Birdie not far behind. There's a massive DRS strain going on here. It's going all the way down. He's 16 cars in this one DRS strain. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Cassie, mate. It's been a tough old slog for the Red Bulls, as I say. His Rod's to set the bucks lap to 6-0. But so far so good here as Little Flabs leads us up to turn 2 or 3? I'm pretty sure it's 3. Who knows? If you want an expert opinion on tracks, you've come to the wrong place. But you have come to the right place for brilliant action. And one of the best communities going around, so if you're out there, if you haven't joined Wallaby, do it now. Still these top 4 fights. Little Flabs now drops down back to P3 as Cooper the Bot. They go side by side, and Cooper the Bot will get that position back. Now Wingy Woo and Cooper the Bot, 1 and 2. Birdie is still there. He's not going away. Pinju right behind him as well. The RB's in 56. Matt Skills will be loving that. Although he won't even be watching, he's off doing some Bollywood action over in India. Who knows what he's doing over there, but his team are doing well in 56. What else have we got? Roshan, we've got the 2 Williams boys, 8th and 9th. Kamikaze, we're loving that. They are both in the points. And it is a top 10. Oh, as Roshan does some more knowing. Voice to the Red Bull ring off Roshan. Very nice trim job. We've still got a battle for the lead. Cooper the Bot now leads. I don't know who to watch. There's battles everywhere. There's legit 16 cars in this one train. He's going a bit of a lap with Wingy Woo. Tell you what, it is a fascinating battle between the two of these guys. Because, God, there is some ego in the chat when these two are going at it. As Wingy Woo gets the move on Cooper the Bot and takes the lead of the Austria sprint. Oh, a little bit of a fishtail, and Cooper will get the position back. Nick Throne gets a 3-second penalty. He's out of the points anyways. That's probably not going to matter too much in the end. What we got going down here, Lime Soda and Broadstar trading paint. This is fascinating. This is some great racing from Tier 3. $16 cars in this one battle without incident. Oh, what is going on there, Broadstar? Bit of internet issues there as Magdog gets a 3-second penalty. He's in this train, so that's going to hurt him big time. Probably ruined his opportunity of points, I would say. Unless something disastrous happens with his front pack. go back up the top. Wingy Woo and Cooper the Bot still battling. Like I was saying, there was tape measures and heave light everywhere between these two. There was some massive contests in the chat. But it is good to see there's a big rivalry there. Even though it's tier 3, it is serious stuff sometimes. Everyone wants to win. Only one can. Who's it going to be tonight? Easy Reaper gets a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That's an interesting one. It is a Ferrari Aston RB123. As we see, Brodster gets a 3-second penalty. That's not good for him. He's dropped out of the DRS as well, so it's now a top 6. So these top 6 are starting to break away. Got yellow flags in the back, but I'm going to go again. Over the bottom, Wingy Woo still going at it. Birdie now moves up to P3. Maxi Boy gets a 3-second penalty. He's out of the points as well. So that's ruined any chance he has of getting points. Yeah, like I was saying, if you haven't been watching Wallaby before, it is a top 10 for points in the sprint. And there is a fastest lap point as well. The penalties galore down the order. Top 7 still in the hunt, though Panic is 1.5 seconds away from Scotty, so he's outside of the DRS. Got yellow flags in the back. That was Almighty Gob, I think. Yeah. Already on lap 11, so second last lap. It will be Cooper and Wingy going side by side yet again. OC Birdie now getting in on the action, and he gets both of them. He takes the lead. Oh, Scotto's been disqualified for facing it the wrong way. He was last anyway, that's not going to matter too much. So OCE Birdie will lead us. Nobody giving an inch here, these top 6. I'd love to show some more on the stream, but we've got to stick with these top 6 for now. Birdie will lead us up the straight here, but he will have everyone else behind him with the DRS, so he could be a bit of a sitting duck as Wingy Woo smashes open that DRS. He won't have enough track though, he's unable to pass. He will get a second helping up the hill though. He's up the inside, oh there's a bit of contact there. And he does get the pass, like Birdie not letting him have it easy. Bit of contact there between Birdie and Cooper as Pinju now takes advantage up into P3 as Panic gets a 3-second penalty. That's not good for him, that probably knocks him out of the points as well now. The Jetman in a great position, he moves up to 10th. He's got 3 guys on penalties behind him, or in front of him I should say. We are on the final lap of this sprint race. Wingy Woo leads us, half a second lead. You would think this is his sprint now. Unless he loses it on the final corner, which I don't think he will do. He won't. Wingy Woo will take us across the line. He will take the 10 points. Pinju in P2. Birdie takes P3. Cooper the Bot 4th. Scotty in P5. Little Flabs P6. Jetman does drop the bounce up to P7. Well Jet in P8. Mad Dog P9. And Maxi Boy will grab the final point of the sprint. Well, behind him we've got Roshan, Brodstar, Evil Blade, Panic, Lime Soda, Easy Reaper. And we've got the 2 Alpine. Not a great sprint for Alpine. So the good thing for them is we do it all again in the feature. As Gob crosses the line, P19. And there you have it. Sprint race done and dusted. Scotty takes driver of the day for V-Car. Alright, we'll go across. So Wingy Woo takes the sprint. So 10 points for him. This is provisional, of course. Pinju takes the 9 points and Birdie 8 points. So we just scroll down the leaderboard for the results. There we go. So Maxi Boy 1, Mad Dog 2, Wogjet 3, Jetman 4 points, Little Flabs 5, Scotty 6 points, Cooper 7 points, Birdie 8, Pinju 9, and Wingy Woo takes the 10 points. Who got fastest lap, by the way? 106.0. I think Wingy Woo took the fastest lap as well. If I'm not mistaken, so 11 points for him. Alright, looks like the sun has stayed out for this second qualifying session. So we've got a bit of a break. Let's actually have a bit of a closer look at the standings, particularly the constructors. So Williams are the Tier 3 constructors leaders at the moment with 297 points. So they're 12 points ahead of Aston Martin in P2. I think both Astons were in the points in the sprint there, so that's good for them. I don't think Roshan got points, so possibly get a gain of points gained there. So we got Haas in P3 with 269, Ferrari P4 with 263. So it's pretty close between those two. Ferrari powered engines, 6 points between them. RB in 5th, Red Bull back in 6th, McLaren 7th, Mercedes 8th, Kicksauber 9th, and Alpine up in P10. Adding to their points in the sprint, but we'll see what happens in the race. We did see, of course, last week, a return to the podium for Unique Throne, his first for the season. He's been having a bit of a tough season. Put it down to being the father of a newborn. Sends your life into a bit of chaos. But he came out the other side of that and put it on the podium last week. Can he do it again here in Austria? Chat, if you're out there and you want to go on a hot lap with anyone, let us know. Use those channel points. Give us a shout out who you want to see. Otherwise, I'll just pick whoever's on a lap, as Wingy Woo is already on a lap. Let's get the gadgets up and go on a lap of Austria with Wingy Woo. Nice looking lap. He's currently P6 in the championship. Quite a long way off the top with Cooper on way out in front. But there is still a lot of racing to go. A lot of points still. As Wingy Woo goes to the top with a 104.3. Why is it listing all these times from this previous session? That's weird. Cooper now beats that with a 104.3. Yeah, my stream, why not? Because it's my stream. That was a very, very, very last second jump in. I didn't really have time to do all that, so I just had to jump in quickly. We'll change it later, don't worry. Yeah, so Cooper the Bot winning the mystery race, which was of course double points, really put him out to a massive lead. Surprising seeing Birdie up in P2 actually. He's been having a great season. Hot run of form. He started the season a little bit slowly, but the last 4 races, he's finished in the top 4 in every one of them. 3 of those being on the podium. So the Bird is the word at the moment. He's in great form. Hennessy P3 in the championship, Scotty P4, so 2 Williams boys, 3rd and 4th. As Brod's the ducks into the pits. Who we got on a lap? I don't think he's on one. What can Tidy Scotto do? Oh, he's invalidated on the final corner. Unlucky. Roshan's invalidated as well. Little Flaps. What can you do in the Red Bull? My man. He sets a 4.6 to go to P5. Solid lap from the Flabs. Don't think Blady's on the lap here. Mad Dog. In a brand new team last week. After a mid-season switch. Cooper the Bot, fastest lap now with a 4.2. That is some speedy race car. What can Mad Dog do in his new McLaren? I thought he validated that, but he just kept it in. He does improve, goes to P6 with a 4.9. Very nice. There's Roshan now with a 4.0. Ooh, that is some pace, boy. I think Panic has backed out of this one, yep. Lime Soda, he's gone to the beach. Not being paid to go to the beach, son. Get back on that track. Easy Reaper. Let's go on a lap with Easy. Currently P15. With a 5.5. Massive result for Easy in the mystery race double pointer. Putting it on the podium. It's been a bit of a tough slog at times for Easy, but that result was huge for him. Boosting him up into P7 in the championship. Doing pretty nicely, Easy. What can he do here tonight? He's going to go to the bits. Wogjet's not on a lap either. Defeated Damo. Let's go with him. He unfortunately missed the mystery round, so that hurt his championship big time, but he did quite well last week in Singapore. What were the results in Singapore? Let's have a quick squiz. Scotty was the winner last week. Birdie P2, Unique P3, Damo P4. The championship did tighten up a little bit. Cooper had a DNF last week, which made it a little bit interesting. Wingy couldn't capitalise that fully. He only managed the P6, but he did narrow the gap a little bit. Damo is P8 with a 4.9. Not bad. Unique sitting in P12. He's invalidated. Birdie down in P17. He's on the meds. Interesting strat chat. He's invalidated that one. He's going to have to go again. He gets out of the way of the car behind. Was a little bit of impeding there. Thought he was going to go straight in the back of someone. And that was Birdie. Maxi Boy goes to P8. Yeah, it was birdie. May have a case to answer for 4 there, I'm not sure. Henchy, how are you, mate? The newest Tier 4 race winner earlier tonight. Father and son taking a 1-2 in Tier 4. History being made at Wallaby Racing League tonight. Love to see it. Henchy and Piastri putting it 1-2. With the Strat of the Gods getting on those inters. Oh, if only I'd done the same thing. I thought about it, but I kept checking the weather. An old mate kept telling me it was 5 minutes away, 10 minutes, then he changed to 10 minutes away, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I've been biased to stay up, but Henchy and Piastri definitely nailed it. Lady unfortunately invalidated right at the death there. What can Cooper the Bot do? Currently P3 and a 4 with a 4.2. He goes to the top with a 3.9. First driver into the 3s tonight. Brilliant lap. Roshan has invalidated, so he's no good. Panic. Whereas he's just gone around turn 3. Someone just jumped up there. Might have been Pinju with a 4.3. Up into P4 now. What can Panic do? This is a driver that's hasn't had a great season, but he's looking fast tonight though. This is what Kirko signed him for. Saw something in him, and this must be it, although he's into the pits. Roshan. Let's go on board with Roshan, the Williams reserve. Unfortunately, Hennessy is not with us tonight. Just going to hurt his... whoa! As he does a spin. Drifty Roshan. That was nice. He's held onto it somehow. Got that on stream, Roshan. Nicely done. Where's Birdie? He's still on the Mets. Obviously keeping the softs for later on in the session. Yeah, he's nowhere on those meds. Tony Scotto, 2/10 up. So we've got 5 minutes left in the session. It was interesting race in Japan earlier today. Ladies and gents in the chat. What did we think of it? Our very own Oscar Piastri getting on the podium once again. Good to see. Look, I know look, every race on the calendar is an event as Scotto goes up to P12. But look, that probably wasn't the best spectacle of a race, gotta say. A little bit uneventful, but still good to watch for us, Oceania region. Good time of the day to watch it, as we're going to go back into doing all-nighters from next week onwards. Yeah, not many overtakes up front, yeah. Pretty uneventful top 10, really. There's a couple switch positions, but not a lot of action, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because Japan is such a great racetrack. It's just... yeah. Hard to overtake in these cars. Shout out to Isaac Hadjar though, getting his first points in F1. Quietly doing a great job, gotta say. Scotty flies around the final corner. Apparently P13, can he improve? No, he can't. It's a 110. What am I talking about? Wogjet, what has he got? He's tracking pretty similar to his lap already. There was a lot of chat in Discord today about the McLaren race strategy. I don't know what you guys thought of it, chat, but a lot of them thought that, you know, with Oscar looking a little bit quicker than Lando at times, and maybe they should have let him go and have a crack at Max. And then if it didn't work out, they could swap the cars back later, which is, you know, fair point. I'm not sure McLaren are in the business of doing that though. They seem to kind of have the opinion whoever qualifies ahead, they kind of get priority, which I can understand that, but might have been an opportunity to have a go at Max with Oscar, but not to be. And I totally get the driver that qualifies ahead and is ahead in the championship gets priority. But like was mentioned, they could have swapped the cars back if it didn't work out. Anyway, we'll never know. We'll never know if they could have done it. Broadstar flying around this final corner. What can he do? Currently P6. And he does go... No, he doesn't. Just misses out. There's Lime Soda is on a lap as well. He's not. He's backed out of that one. Little Flavs, he's not on a lap either. Jetman, where is he? Just starting a lap. I suppose McLaren were protecting their P2 and 3 for the team's championship. But shout out to Max Verstappen, what a race for him. Just masterclass. After a very surprising quali. I don't know how he does it, he's a freak. Old Max. Anyway, let's focus on what we've got going on here. Cooper the Bot still is our provisional pole sitter. Although, just as I say that, Wingy Woo goes faster with a 3.6. Smashes it by 3/10. It's Cooper the Bot. He's come a cropper. And there's less than a minute to go, so that's him done. He parks it up there. Up the corner, so he's done. He won't get around in time as Pinju. What has Pinju got? 103.6. That's up pretty close to tier 2 pace. As Roshan is only less than a tenth behind him with a 3.7. What can Pinju do? He doesn't go faster. Jetman is done. Wingy Woo's still on a lap. We've got an Alpine coming around first, although he's not improving. What else have we got? We've got a McLaren. Mad Dog. Mad Dog is invalidated. Damo. Can Damo improve? Yes, he can. Goes to P11 with a 4.6. Very nicely done. Lime Soda. What can he do as well? He can't improve. Jetman's out of it. Maxi Boy is out of it. Pinju is on another lap. Only a 4.2. He needs to improve by 6/10. Can he do it? No, he can't. He does go to P4 though with a 4.1. Roshan is out of it. Flavs is done. I think that's it. That's it. Quali is finished. I'm sure Wingy Woo was, Little Flavs was done. Yes, he is. So Wingy Woo will take pole position for the Austrian Grand Prix here for T3. Roshan putting the Williams on the front row. Just 0.03 of a second between the top two. Bit of a gap back to Cooper in P3. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a final run in. Righto, Jetman, time to retire, son. Let's get this show on the road. Couple of surprises down the order, though. I'll have a look at that in a sec. So there we go. Wingy Woo takes pole with a 3.6. That is huge. Roshan just behind him. Cooper the Bot 3. Stephen Anderson / Pinju in P4. He is finding some pace tonight. Little Flavs in P5. Maxi Boy P6. Birdie 7th. Jetman, the two Haas's in 7th and 8th. Panic, Broadstar, Lime Soda, Damo, Tiny Scotto, Mad Dog, Unique, Scotty down in P16 is a shock. Wogjet, Evil Blade, Easy Reaper, and Almighty Gob will start from the back. Once again, we got some sunshine for the start of this one. The rain has stayed away after that downpour in the sprint quali. It's been clear ever since. So we're about to go racing. Strap in, ladies and gents. If the sprint is anything to go by, this is going to be a cracker. Just wait for the drivers to get in their cars. Old Hajjar's getting his seatbelt fixed. Here we go. 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're underway. The Wallaby Racing League Tier 3 action as Wingy Woo leads the way. Roshan up the inside. Can he get the move done? Yes, he does. Roshan takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Wingy Woo behind him with Cooper the Bot in P3, Pinju P4, Little Flavs in P5 as we see everyone single file up to turn 3. We've got a ride pretty cleanly there. Oh, there's the Haas up the inside. Got it all wrong there. I think that was Jetman. Apart from that, we've got away from this pretty cleanly. All 20 drivers are still intact. What a move that was by Roshan into turn 1. Very nice start. Roshan will lead us across the line for the first lap. Wingy Woo just behind him, our championship leader, Cooper the Bot in P3. He will take on Wingy Woo up the straight. He won't have enough track though, and he backs out with no DRS. A little bit hard to get that move done. He plays it safe. Smart move this early in the race. Just only lap 2. But DRS is activated now as Cooper the Bot sends it up the inside of Wingy the Woo, or Wingy Woo. Blah, blah, blah. Cooper the Bot will take P2. Although it might not be over just yet as we go too wide, and Cooper the Bot sends it up the inside and takes the lead back. And that's why he's the championship leader. Moves like that, and he will lead us on lap 2 of this 36 lap race around the Red Bull Ring. clear gap between 6th and 7th Jetman and 1.5 seconds behind Birdie. So it is the top 6 already. Pinju is the fastest man on track with a 7.2. He is in this little battle here. P4 right, smack bang in the middle of it. Roshan sets it up the outside, and he will take the lead back. Great move from Roshan as Wingy Woo has a look as well. A little bit of paint trading there, but backs out of it. We'll have another go. Oh, don't know about that dive there from Pinju, although they managed to get through it okay. Very ambitious. It's now a 2.5 second gap back to Maxi Boy in P7. So these top 6 are really breaking away now. We've got quite a battle in the mid-pack as well. But we do have this 6-car DRS train this early in the race. Yeah, Kamikaze, I agree. There's quite a few that could go up a tier. A few tier 2s that could go up to tier 1, I reckon, next season. Same with tier 3s. I mean, it's the same through every tier, really. There's a few top-end guys that'll, you'd say, will be moving next season. But then again, it's a brand new game, so anything could happen, really. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to a brand new game. Gotta say, this game hasn't been the kindest one, putting it kindly. So, fresh one might be nice, although careful what you wish for, who knows. But initial reviews have been fairly positive from what I've seen. Now a 3.5 second gap back to Maxi and P7, so these top 6 just pulling each other along and gapping the rest of the field. Birdie now sets the pace with a 6.9. Yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to F1 25. It's been a tough slog under F1 24. But it's still fun. Still fun to get amongst it. In one of the best communities I've ever seen online. If you're out there and you're watching, you haven't joined yet, come on board, come and join us. Everyone's welcome. There's a tier for everybody. Even slow grandpas like myself. Really opening up that these top 6 are just flying away. It's now 4.5 seconds back to 7th. Let's have a look and see what's going on back in this midfield. The top 6 are kind of broken away. Let's give some air time to some guys a bit further back as Lime Soda opens up that DRS wing. So he runs out of track. We'll get a second helping up the hill though, of course, as Brodster gets our first time penalty of the night. Unique Throne quickly follows. Got a McLaren sending it up the inside. He thinks better of it. Head dog. He thought about sending it. Lime Soda. He gets the move done on Maxi Boy. That's a great pass. Very clean as the Red Bull driver moves up into P7. Both Red Bulls in the top 7. Looking very nice. Camera angle game. What are you doing to us? We got going up here. Little flags. Look at these 4. Yeah, Pinju is just in DRS range. I thought he might have dropped out there, but he's still got it. Roshan and Wingy Woo are trying to shake the rest of them. But looks like Pinju has managed to stay within range, so it will stay a top 6 battle. Maxi Boy gets the move done as Lime Soda's going to take evasive action on the outside of the track. Does well to keep hold of it, to keep P9. He sends it up the inside of his RB stablemate. Listen here, mate, I'm in the top team. It's my corner. You get back there, lad. Maxi Boy, Panic going at it in the back. We've got yellow flags in the background as a kick Sauber. Poor old Scotto, not having a great night. He's at the back again. Still a top 6 battle. None of these guys are dropping off. Was out to a second, but Pinju's now right behind Wingy Woo. And it is on again between these top 6 boys. The Ferrari will have a look up the inside. Can't quite get it done. Roshan keeps the lead. Cooper the Bot drops back to P4. Side by side between the top 2. A little bit of contact there. They managed to keep it on track, luckily. And we are still intact. These top 6 just getting further and further ahead. Now at just over 6 seconds back to Mad Dog in P7. Defeated Damo gets a 3-second penalty down there in P14. So that's drops him out of the points currently. Evil Blade gets a 3-second, just so I say that. Of course, if you're new to Wallaby, the top 15 score points as well as the fastest lap point. To get the fastest lap point, you've got to finish in the top 15. Got a bit of battle going on between Lime Soda, now takes the lead of the second pack. There's battles everywhere, I don't know where to look. A little bit of contact there, I think, between Jetman and Maxi Boy as they go too wide up the hill. Down the hill, I should say. There has been a little bit of contact, but it's been pretty clean racing, really. These guys have put on a great show tonight. Shall we look at the tyres? What kind of tyres are we on? So Birdie is in this pack and he's on hards. That is a super effort for him to be keeping pace with these guys on hard tyres. Everyone else is on meds until we get down to Unique throwing down him there in P14 on hards. But Birdie the only one in the top 13 on hards, and he's taken it to these med drivers. Just so that he sends it up the inside of Little Flabs and takes P5. Very smooth move by the Haas man. And he sets his sights on Pinju ahead as Evil Blade. Another 3-second penalty. I'm pretty sure that puts him up to 6 now. So not having a good time of it, old Bladey. Fortunately. Or that's unfortunate, as he would say. Or Birdie. Had a bit of a look up the inside. Thought better of it. Wisely. So it's going to be interesting. Everyone else in front of Birdie is going to be pitting, and he theoretically will be leading the race at some point. So he's going on completely different strat than everyone else at the top. As Pinju is the first one to blink, and he will pit early for some hard rubber. He'll drop all the way back to P18 after that stop. Interesting. Was that too early on the meds? Going for the undercut though. See how that works out for him. See how much longer these other med runners up the front will go. Position swapping going on here in the second battle. Let's just see if any of these guys up the front here pit. I don't think, no they don't. They all stay out. So it's just Pinju on that very early stop strat. Mad Dog and Panic both with 3-second penalties. So Wingy Woo takes the challenge to Roshan. And he will take us into the lead of the race. We're now a third of the way through the race, 12 laps of this 36 lapper. Birdie's still hanging in there on those hard tyres. In fact, he's going to send it up the inside. A little bit of a touch there between him and Cooper. And Birdie will take P3. He is flying. Really got to get this guy to teach me how to race. He is in some red hot form. Will anyone pit? Oh, there's contact. Birdie and Roshan. Oh no. And Roshan's disqualified for blocking the pit lane. What? Oh wow. Birdie is forced to pit. That's probably ruined his race now because he's now on the meds and they're not going to last 23 laps. He's probably going to have to pit again. That's not ideal. He was absolutely cruising. Oh wow, that's completely thrown this race wide open. It's changed it completely. That's... Oh wow, I'm not sure whose fault that was. We might hear about that a little bit later in the week, perhaps. It's now a top 3 battle between Wingy, Cooper, and Little Flabs. Yeah, I'm gutted for Birdie. He was on a great strategy there on the hard tyres, and that's ruined it for him, I think. Alright, this is Red Bull. Little Flab sends it up the inside, and we now have a new race leader. Roshan, mate, that is so cruel. That's so unfair. I feel for you, mate. That's rotten. Rotten luck. Yeah, he was sideways in pit lane because his car was blocking the pit. The game's disqualified him. Oh, that's heartbreaking. It really is. We don't see Roshan racing with us too often, and one time he gets to, that happens. That's brutal. Anyway, where are we at? Jetman is into the pits. Jet as well. He's got a new nose cone going on that car to Jetman. He will drop way down the grid. We've got a battle here between Lime Soda, Panic, and Mad Dog as Tiny Scotto gets another time penalty. Not a great night for him. Panic will send it up the inside of the Red Bull and he will get the move done. That's a great move. Panic now up to P4. Inju as well. Of course, the first car to stop tonight. Working his way back through the grid, now up to P5. Wingy Woo is in. pulled the trigger. He will put on a fresh set of hards to go to the end of the race now. Panic's in as well. Lime soda. Oh, a little bit of a nose kiss in the pit lane, if you don't mind. What will these two do? Let's have a look at the tyre details. The Flavs and Cooper still out there on meds. They haven't stopped yet. Unique hasn't stopped yet either. He's on hard tyres, so he's going to be going long. Scotty in P5 yet to pit also. How long will these guys go on these tyres? You'd think they'll be coming in pretty soon, if not right now. Well, they do. And yes, Little Flavs is in. The Red Bull crew are ready for him. Got the call. Cooper stays out, so he is now our leader. By a long way. It's a long way back to Pinju. Pinju now to P3. We'll move up to P2 as well now, so got to say that it's been a pretty successful early stop from Pinju. He was 4th when he pit, he's now P2. Of course helped by that incident between Roshan and Birdie. But he'll take it. He will take it. Unique thrown in P3 doing quite nicely. Does have a time penalty to his name though, unfortunately, so that's not going to help. But he did start towards the back. Have a look at positions gained, and there we go. Unique and Scotty both up 12 positions from their starting grid spot. But just as I say that, the Ferrari gets in the middle of them. We've got yellow flags in the back. I think that's a Wingy Woo again, is it? Yeah. I mean, not Wingy, Tiny Scotto. It's Cooper. Cooper now in the pits. So it looks like Pinju, that undercut has worked an absolute treat. He will now take the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. So you've got to stay at this early stage. That is a master stroke pitting early. We'll have older tyres though at the end, of course. But so far so good. As Wingy Woo makes the move on Unique thrown up to P2 now as Almighty Gob, the fastest man on track with a 6.6. Yellows, Tiny Scotto again. He's gone to the beach again. Got beach views on his mind. Old Scotto is going to pit. Wonder if this is going to be a retirement. Quite possibly. Yeah. So, alright, where are we going up the top? Yeah, it is a retirement. So that's 2 cars out now. We're now at an 18 car grid. Top 15 score points, of course. So Pinju, 2.5 second gap back to Wingy Woo. The gap is slowly being eaten away by Wingy. Got yellow flags again at turn 1. Oh, that's just Wingy. That's Scotto's car coming back on track. Will off and disappear shortly. Or to the side of the track, I should say. Not a great use of words. But let's have a look at Damo on the back of Evil Blade. Bit of a fight in the mid-pack between these two. Let's go up here. We've got position swapping going on between Cooper, Flavs and Scotty. Oh, a little bit of a fishtail there from Cooper. From Unique, I should say. He manages to keep it on track. But I don't think he's going to be able to hold Cooper behind for too long. So I reckon Cooper will make the move on Unique up the main straight. Flavs is now the fastest man on track with a 6.5, although no, he won't. Runs out of track, he'll have to go again up the hill. session. He's had enough tonight. He's done. Not a memorable night for the Sauber man. Whoa, look at these three. There is contact there. Unique is all over Flabs here. Yeah, we can have a look at the tyres again. There we go. So, Unique and Scotty, there's two drivers still yet to pit. Everyone else has been in. Birdie fighting his way back to P7. Unfortunately, his race strat has been blown up. That earlier incident with Roshan. So he's probably going to have to pit again, and that's, yeah, two-stopper is a slight disaster, shall we say. Probably not ideal. Poor old Birdie, as little Flabs makes the move into the podium positions. Lime Soda gets a 3-second pen. So he's down in 14th. We've got Broadstar. Broadster's called it quits as well. So not great for the Ferraris. Although, let's be honest, Ferrari don't need any more points. They got 1 million of them already. They're about 1,000 points in front already in the overalls. This is interesting from Scotty. He's now 20 lap old meds. Inju, 3-second penalty. He's going to keep going, Scotty. Wonder if he's going to do the med to soft strat. Respect to the man if he can do that. Cooper and Little Flab still trading positions. Got position swaps going on back here as well between Blade and Damo. Flabs gets back past Cooper again. There's a real humdinger of a battle for P3. I just say humdinger. How old am I? Birdie and Maxi Boy going at it. Haas and RB. Maxi Boy on, a little bit of a touch there, I think. Maxi Boy giving Birdie the hurry up. Evil Blade getting in this battle now as well. Damo just behind them, waiting for any chaos to pounce upon. And Birdie will lead this pack up the straight, but he doesn't have DRS, of course. Everyone behind him does, but he manages to keep that position. But these boys behind him will get another helping as Scotty finally pits. Onto the hards. And that will put him to last. So, I don't know about that. Going that long in the meds and then, doing 22 laps on meds and then 14 on hards? That seems a little bit out of whack. Sure if that was a kamikaze inspired strat or if as Birdie puts a wheel in the grass and he'll let all those cars go behind him. He's got wing damage as well. Not a great night for the Bird as Unique is in. The last one to stop. He will put, what's he putting? Is he putting, did I see reds there? No. Meds. Go on, Meds. Bit too far to go on softs. But that'll put him right to the back. Unless he can get out just ahead of Scotty. Nah, not quite. We'll go to the back. Still a battle going on here between Pinju and Wingy Woo, though Pinju does have a time pen. So right now, this is Wingy Woo's lap to lose. 2.7 second gap back to Flavs in P3, though he's closing a little bit here. With these two fighting, it's allowing little Flavs to slowly eat away into that gap. Alright, let's get rid of this tyre now. About half the grid with time pens. 25 laps into this 36 lapper as Cooper the Bot makes the move on Little Flavs and will move up into P3. He is currently extending his championship lead with Scotty nowhere in sight. Hennessy not here tonight either. So Cooper the Bot looking pretty sweet currently. Unless I've just given him the commentator's curse. Birdie also not having a great night as well. His closest rival in the championship. So all looking pretty good for Cooper. And that man, now the fastest man on track with a 6.1. Alright, let's go further back. Let's look for some battles. Let's stick with this group here. Wogjet, Lime Soda, Panic, Jetman, Reaper, Unique, Gob as well, Scotty, actually everyone. Everyone from 10th to 17th in this battle. Lime Soda has a little bit of a look on the Aston there. Can't quite get it done. Tell you what, let's get right into the thick of this battle. Go on board with, and we'll come up the straight. We'll go on board for a whole lap with one of these boys. And we'll immerse ourselves in the action. Maybe Unique. Who will we go on? Let's go Jetman. Here we go. Let's go on a lap of the Red Bull Ring with Jetman right in the thick of this battle. He'll open that DRS along with everyone else around him. As Wogjet will make the move on Mad Dog up the inside. Jetman has a look as well as Unique around the outside, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Beautiful move right on stream as Scotty as well. Jetman losing 2 positions. Jetman and Scotty have the advantage of this group. No time pens for either of those two boys. 4 cars ahead of them all with time pens. So there are some big spots to gain for Scotty and Jetman. Oh, the Aston. Wogjet's lost it. Gonna have to do some lawn mowing there and head into the pits. That's gonna send him crashing out of the points. That is some rotten luck for Wogjet. I'm not sure if he got a helping hand there or if he did that on his own. Oh, the Alpine. Unique. Send it, son. You can't keep it though as Lime Soda gets back that position. Tell you what, there's a hot battle down here in the mid-pack. How's the top doing? We'll cross up to the top for a little while. These 4 guys, Wingy Woo, Pinju, Cooper and Little Flavs. As Blade gets another time pen. He's going to send him tumbling down the order by the end of this. I think he's got quite a number of time pens now. But Wingy Woo leads us ahead of Cooper the Bot, Pinju and Little Flabs. There is a net podium position for Little Flabs here, with Pinju with the podium ahead of him. Hang in there, Flabs, you're doing well, mate. Quite a big gap back to Evil Blade in P5, 12, nearly 13 seconds. So it really is a battle between these four for the win. Although Pinju with that time pen's probably out of it. Let's go on a lap with Pinju. We're on lap 30 of 36. There we go, there's a lap of the Red Bull Ring with one of RB's finest. Pinju, of course, his tyres are going to be older than all of these guys around him. As now Little Flabs makes the move up into P3. These four will battle it all the way till the end. We've got a bit of a battle going on between Birdie and Panic. Unique thrown right behind him as well. So Birdie's probably going to have to try and get to the end on those meds. They're probably going to be screaming at the end of it. Oh, is the Mercedes not the move, my man? Unfortunately, he set it up the inside a little bit too deep. Sent him way back to P15 and out of the points at the moment because Easy Repo's right behind him without a pen. Scotty now moves up into P9. This is significant though, of course. There is quite a tight battle in the championship between Birdie and Scotty. And Maxi Boy as well. Hennessy not being here tonight will drop him out of that battle, but there's only a 4-point difference between Birdie and Maxi Boy in the championship. Birdie 4 points ahead of both Scotty and Maxi Boy. Scotty and Maxi Boy on equal points. So you would say Maxi Boy will be moving ahead of all of those guys, as Birdie dropping away fast, now down to P14. Tyres are probably dead. 19 lap old meds. Fortunately, with that incident with Roshan earlier, destroyed his strat. That's not going to help him. He's probably, as he sniffs what Gob had for lunch. So he's probably out of it now. So advantage to Maxi Boy and Scotty in the championship battle. Easy still no pens, yeah. He's a master. He's a master of no pens. I'm not sure, Andy, mate, if you saw the mystery race a couple of weeks back, but 100% race at where was it? These boys race. 100% race at Imola, right? Not a single track warning in a 100% race. Finished on the podium with not a single track limit warning. That is phenomenal. Shout out to the Ripper. That was a brilliant drive. Not having the time of it tonight though, down in P16. We'll pick up a point or two with Pens ahead of him. We'll have to see how that ends up at the end. Still a battle going on here. Wingy Woo has a time pen. I missed that earlier, but Wingy Woo's got a time pen. That's ruined his win. With only 3 laps, including this one to go, that's probably sent him down to P3 at best. It's now a battle between him and Pinju for P3. So the longer he can stay in front, yeah, should wrap him up at P3. But now this is Cooper's got wing damage. He's had that for quite a while actually, but so he's doing quite well. Might actually win this race with wing damage. 5 second from Singapore. Is that Cooper? Or Wingy Woo? Oh, Cooper. Cooper's got a 5 second pen, doesn't he? Yeah, that's right. Which means Little Flavs. Little Flavs is in the race winning position. Which means Wingy Woo can still get P2. And Pinju can still get P3. So Cooper could miss the podium altogether because of that pen. I completely forgot about that. Nice one combo. So Little Flavs, mate. Everyone around you has a time pen but you. You will win this race if you can hang in there. And God, do Red Bull need the points. Come on, boy. And he will take the track position. He would now P1 on track as well. It is the final lap of the race. Penalty. Not good for him, though. He's probably only losing 1 spot from that. As look at these three wide into turn 3. 3 does not go. They exchanged a little bit of tyre rubbing, but they all got out of it pretty well. Pinju now up to P2. Little Flavs has got himself out of DRS range. Run away, son. Run. There's fighting going on between these 3. They all want the podium. One of them's going to have to miss out. We're 2 corners away from the end here. Let's go with Little Flavs. Little Flavs will win the Austrian Grand Prix. Wingy Woo takes P2 as Cooper takes P2 on track. But he does have that 5 second penalty from last week. Of course, as Combo reminded us, Wingy Woo takes P3, Pinju P4. But Little Flavs gets the win for Red Bull. What a night for me to be commentating. Get in there, son. Maxi Boy gets P5, Scotty P6, Damo 7th, Evil Blade P8, Unique. Jetman gets the top 10. Mad Dog, Gob, Easy Reaper gets a couple of points thanks to Pens ahead of him. Birdie. He was on for a real winner of a race there, but he ends up with just 2 points. Panic takes the final point of the Grand Prix. Lime Soda, the other Red Bull, not so good for him. He finishes outside of the points. And Wogjet will bring up the rear with that incident towards the end. Unfortunately, no points for him. And there we have it. The Austrian Grand Prix has been run and won for Tier 3. Unique Throne gets Driver of the Day. Shout out to Unique, well done mate. There we go, Red Bull on the top step. I'm looking forward to the team chat later on. Yeah, Jerrymon. What a man. I might be your biased commentator, but I don't care. We'll take the points. Come on, game. Show us the results. I want to see the results. Please wait. Yes, we're waiting. We're still waiting. No, it skipped the results, you stupid game. Ah, god damn it. Well, that's going to be fun for whoever's doing the standings, but Red Bull's Little Flabs takes the win.